Okay, today for math, we are moving on a little bit to further understanding how to use Cartesian planes. Yesterday, what we did was plotting and determining the location of ordered pairs, which is going to be looped back to again today, but then we're taking one more step further forward, which is actually creating a Cartesian plane or a coordinate grid, kind of synonyms, right? Okay, so you need to have your notebook today and also a ruler, very important. And I do suggest that you're using a pencil for sure to start. And then if you wanted to have a pen or a highlighter or something to probably a pen or a pencil crayon would actually be best compared to a highlighter. The other thing that I have to mention to you is that if you have ran out of space in your CIS math notebook, which is the one that has the grids, and you would like another one, just send me a message and let me know, because Miss Jan, we have a ton of them. And Miss Jan mentioned to all the teachers yesterday that, if you guys need them, to just let the teachers know, and then I will then let Miss Jan know, and then we can organize, as long as your parents are able to go there and pick it up. Okay, but we have tons of those. So it is important that you have one. And the next units that we're going to be doing is all of the next units that we're doing in math are very important that you have a grid. So even if you feel like you're kind of running low on pages, let me know. And then it'd be better to have that kind of planned ahead of time rather than be I don't have any paper now. Then I can make sure that everyone has that. And plus it gives your parents time to go get one from school also. Okay, so that was just a little housekeeping note. Okay, so title of today's lesson is creating Cartesian planes. Okay, you do need to have a ruler, and I'm going to show you how to draw this. Okay, so points to remember: use a ruler for the axes. Okay, that's very important to do. You could even use a black pen actually if you wanted to for drawing the lines. Actually, you know what? That is a really good tip. You should do that. Use a black pen or a pen to draw the lines. And then when you're making the scale, depending on what your scale is we're going to be talking about today, then if you're I want to skip by ones, you're oh no, I actually want to skip by fives, then you can erase it easily, but then you keep the pen. All right, good stuff. So as we reviewed already, the horizontal or on the horizon, that's always the x-axis. That's something you have to ingrain in your brain, okay? It's just got to be one of those math rules that you just got to know. And then that means the vertical axis is the y-axis. The way you can remember that is you put your hand up to ask a y question, and then X, if you're shaking your head no, that goes across the bottom. Next, and it's very important also to label those. So it's a good habit, just draw it and then draw a little y, draw a little x. Okay, super good habit to get into. The next thing to do, this is like a little side note, not nearly as important, but you could draw little arrows on the ends, and technically we could draw an arrow here and we could draw an arrow here, because this extends in multiple directions, because it's always, the values could always be increasing, and then conversely the values could always be decreasing. The next thing is we need to label the axes. Okay, so this is a part of, you should, for now we're just going to label them as x and y. But later when we start doing story problems, this is where this is leading, we're going to have the labeling of what is this? Is this days of the week? Is this temperature? What exactly is it that is going on that our x-axis is all about? And then what's the information being told to us on our vertical or y-axis? Okay, so next thing is, this is super important. Use the lines on the grid paper as your guide. That's why it is important to make sure that you do have the right type of book. So please message me if you do not. The next thing is, you can still do the work today if you don't have the grid today. Don't stress about it. You're just going to see it's way easier to have the grid paper. Okay, the next thing is the plots that you are using are only at the bullseye intersection points of the grid. So see here how the A is exactly on the cross, right? Exactly at that intersection point. The A is not floating in space here. It's not floating in space on this line. Well, I guess if the value actually happened to be maybe it was 4.5 on the y-axis, then we would put it here, okay? But if you're working with full numbers, it's important to accurately show that as a full number, okay? It will be marked incorrect if you have the dot in a different spot. Okay, next thing is, oh right, we should also get in the habit, well, today, you know what, this one is kind of optional. You don't necessarily, oh yeah, sorry, actually, yeah, you do. Label the ordered pairs with a letter. Yes, label them with a letter. Sorry, I thought I was reading label the ordered pairs as in like bracket 3,5 bracket or whatever. But just label it with a number or a letter, okay? Letter, not a number, letter, okay? And this is where you could use a colored pen or a pencil crayon to show this. Okay, excellent. Yeah, we should use a pen or a pencil crayon rather than using a highlighter. Highlighter just wouldn't really look as professional. Okay, so that is the main thing for today. I'm just gonna talk choosing an appropriate scale. You know what, actually, we're gonna do that tomorrow. We don't really need to do this today. So this is your homework for today. It is in the textbook, pages, oh yeah, okay, first of all, seesaw task. Okay, I'm gonna show that first. Okay, alrighty, seesaw. Okay, let me see here. Oh, okay, actually I have to still make this. I have it. Okay, this one. Alrighty, so I'm just going to assign this right away. You guys will see it. If I guess, yeah, you can, even if you notice this pop up, you can kind of do it right away. Okay, so what you do is here, okay, ordered pairs. So it's actually kind of like fun. If we were in class, I would have given this, I would have given this as bell work. But yeah, should be something quite simple for you to do, just a little bit of practice. And I want to make sure you know accurately how to do this. So it says, write the ordered pair for each of the objects listed. So where is the helicopter? Find the helicopter. So this one, make sure, so I'll use example as the TV, okay? So the TV, as it's 7, remember the plane has to go across before the plane goes up. So we go across on the x-axis 7, and then we go up 3. You must accurately write these with bracket, value on the x-axis, comma, y value, comma, not just 7, 3. Okay, it's important to get in the habit of writing it exactly like that. And then, so yeah, you're saying the ordered pairs, and then this one is super simple. You're just saying the name of the object that is at each of the other intersection points, okay? So yeah, that should be hopefully quite simple for you to do, okay? Now, that's task number 1, which is the seesaw task. Number 2 is the textbook, which is page 20. Actually, I think it only goes to page 27. Okay, 26 to 27. All right, so, yeah. Okay, so here we go. Little reminder, they give you an example up here. Okie dokie. So, match the ordered pair with the letter on each grid. Easy peasy. Okay, match them. So simple. Next, draw and label a coordinate grid. So this is where you have to use the skills that we did today for number 2. Okay, I skipped number 3. Okay, fine. Yeah, it's just the same thing. If you want to do number 3, you can. Yeah, whatever. If you want to do 3, you can. I'm not going to say you have to though. Okay, then we're doing 4 through 6. So this one is a word problem. You need to write the ordered pairs. Okay, you not need to recreate this. Okay, then use the map up here. And then you have to, yeah, this is just this is going to take your reading skills. So you have to understand what they're asking and then follow the instructions. We'll go over this tomorrow, but give it your best shot at getting those neurons to connect by figuring this out independently. The next thing is draw and label a coordinate grid. Oh, wait, did I ask you number 6? Oh, yeah, I definitely want you to do number 6. Okay, so for number 6, draw and label a coordinate grid. Okay, plot each of the points on the grid. How did you decide on the scale to use for the axis? Okay, so I'm going to give you a hint right now. Do not take up your entire page and draw. Look at this over here, 50 and 60. Do not draw 50 squares across, 60 squares up. That's redonkulous. So figure out something else. How else could you label the axes, okay? So like, for example, here, rather than going like 1 to 60, 1 to 50, that's insane. What else could this be? Maybe it could be, I don't know, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Maybe you could do that. Maybe you want to skip count by tens. Maybe you want to skip count by fives. Maybe you want to skip count by twos. This is why I really suggest that you use a ruler, use a pen, I love this, and ruler for the axes. Yeah, that's a really, really, really good idea. Black, there we go. Oh, math geniuses in the making. Okay, excellent. So that's it. That's it for today. So the homework once again is this. Okay, due tomorrow. And I really also hope that I'm going to be able to release the morning math video as well today. If not,